Why, hello. Welcome to another unedited video. Welcome to The Rosey Life. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing to The Rosey Life. Thank you for liking the video. And thank you so much for sharing the channel with others as the channel just continues to grow thanks to all of you amazing, beautiful, wonderful people. And so today I want to talk about, are you living in the meantime or are you living in the end? They're not the same thing. And this question is asked quite often. What do I do in the meantime? What do I do while my manifestation comes? What do I do while I'm waiting? What do I do while these people that I work with are annoying? What do I do in the meantime with the SP? What do I do in the meantime with the bills? What do I do in the meantime? I think you guys got the picture of the question that is asked. In the meantime, while my manifestation is cooking, while it's unfolding, while it's doing, while it's still processing, right? That's what you guys think. So many of you think that you do an imaginal act or you affirm something and then you think that there's some waiting processing period between that and when you get it. And then you consider that like the bridge of events, like Neville Goddard talked about, and you think that there has to be some process that happens between when you declare it and then you become it and you're it. And then so a lot of you will ask, what do I do in the meantime? This is a loaded question because what it implies is that you're not living in the end. If you're still asking, what do I do in the meantime? That right there, I want you to see that it implies that you're not it. That you are not living in the end, that you are not that person you declare yourself to be, that you're the person who now lives in the meantime. You're no longer the person that didn't have it. You're not the person that has it. You're the person in the meantime. You're the meantime person. Do you follow? So many of you think that that's a valid question as part of the unfolding, but it is a valid question because it's showing you the answer. I always say the question reveals your answer. Whatever you're asking is revealing to you where you are at and what state of consciousness that you are currently in. And it's perfect. It's a perfect, amazing question because you are revealing to yourself, not to me, not to anyone else, you're revealing to yourself your state of consciousness. So if you say, my thing's not here yet, or I know I affirmed it, I believe it to be true, and I know I'm God, I know I'm powerful, and I know everything's here and now, but what do I do in the meantime? What do I do with myself? Do I hold my hand here? Do I hold my hand here? Do I do this? Do I hold my hand here? It's like you're wanting to know play by play what to do. How do I talk to my friends about my SP? What do I say at work? What do I say and do? How do I act? I don't know. I don't understand. What do I do? All of that still implying that you're not living in the end, that you're living in the meantime. That's where you're living, that's where you dwell. Because if you were in the end, if you were being the person that has it, you understand there is no meantime. There is no middle. There is no meantime. You either are that person that you say you are, or you're not. There's no meantime. There's no such thing. You either are that person or you're not. Remember, the truth is simple. I say this so much on purpose because it is simple. You can make it complicated by asking, what do I do in the meantime? What do I do from now to then? That's showing you that you still you haven't chosen that you are that person, that you are living in that end. In other words, you identify as that person and nothing and no one else at all. That I am that person who I say I am. If you are identifying as that, you understand there is no meantime. You understand that everything you're looking at with your eyeballs right now is part of everything that you desire. You understand that everything you're looking at, you're already it. It's literally revealing itself to you through those seeming unwanted conditions that you and only you can label as unwanted conditions. Those very things have the power and the authority that you give them to become infinite things. Everything that you're experiencing in your life right now has the power to become anything you desire it to be. In fact, it's all waiting for you to decide what it means. The 3D conditions, your bank account, your SP, your health, your body, your whatever it is that you have in your life right now it's waiting on you to decide what it means. It can't be anything else other than you say it is. So you look at everything and you decide that it is all part of, it's showing you that you are that new person that you said you are, that you are that version of you that you just declared yourself to be. This is all evidence showing me that I am who I say I am. But what a lot of you look at it and you say, well, it hasn't changed. This is the old me, or this is the old version, and that's okay. But then you ask the question, but what do I do in the meantime? What do I do? When you are still stuck in the meantime, that's showing you that you're not in the end. It's that simple, because you either are or you're not. There is no meantime. Look at it this way. If you decide that you are who you say you are, I'm going to give a little example that that one of my clients, but a lot of my clients, right, have given me similar examples. And one of them is she was manifesting her, a relative of hers, I don't know who, for her to have a new car, right? But the thing is that her I think it was her cousin, and her cousin needed to sell her car, and no one was buying it, right? No one was buying her car, and her cousin really wanted to get a different car. And so she told her, she says, no, it'll sell at this and this price. And her cousin said, okay. And she said, well, guess what? A few days later, it's not selling, and no one's buying it, and nothing's happening with it. So then she said to her cousin, she says, well, maybe you should lower the price on the car, or, maybe you should just go, trade it in. Go trade it in for the other car and just take whatever they give you. And then as she was speaking to her cousin, she said, you know what? No. This car is going to sell for whatever you say it does. You are going to sell that car for the price that you want. And then the following day, someone actually bought her car. And she was like, yeah, I did that. And I said, exactly. So let me go over that, the difference between living in the end and the meantime with that example. She had decided that her cousin would sell her car for a certain price, right? And what happened was, when her cousin called her and said, it's not working, no one's buying it, blah, blah, blah. I'm not really sure how long the time was in between. But what happened was, as she started entertaining her doubt, she said, well, maybe you should lower the price. Settling right there. Maybe you should just go trade it in. and see whatever they give you at the dealership for a new car. More settling. Do you see? Still trying to figure out how. And then she saw that. She's like, you know what? None of this feels good. She said, Rose, this just doesn't feel good to me. It's not what I wanted. So I said, no. I told my cousin, no. It's going to sell for the price that you wanted. It's going to sell. That. So the other, her settling, trying to lower the price, maybe go trade it in. That was living in the meantime. And then when she said, no, it's going to sell for the price that you want, that's living in the end. Do you see? So when you're messing around with how, what's going on, why is this not working, you're living in the meantime. When you go to the end and you say, no, I decided that this is what's going to happen, and there's no, but I tried that, but I did that, but it didn't work. But I've been doing that. But living in the meantime, that's what all of that is, living in the meantime. Because when you make a decision, it's done. It's done. And that car sold the very next day. Why? Because she decided that her cousin's car would sell, period. She's like, no, I'm not settling. That's not what I want. That's not what I asked for. No, nope. I said what I wanted, period. And she wouldn't let off of it. Do you see? So it's not even about how many times you persist, what you say, how you said it, right? None of that matters. It's understanding that stop giving these options, stop settling for things that you don't want. And most of the time I see the settling is because you're not thinking, like I've said in other videos, you're not thinking big enough. Go bigger. You're just like, you know what? Not only do I want this damn car to sell, I want it to sell for even more than I thought I could get it for. That's an example of stop settling. Instead of focusing on, well, maybe I should just, be happy with this. At least I sold it. At least I can go get my car and yada, yada, yada. Living in the meantime. Living in the end is I made a decision and I'm sticking to it. Period. End of story. There's no ifs, and buts, or maybes. I say what I want. I don't care. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care if it looks impossible or if it feels impossible. I don't care. It doesn't matter what you feel. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter the doubts come in. No. Because when you make a decision, that makes everything else eat your dust. It makes everything, all your feelings, all your thoughts, it says, you're saying, eat my dust. No. It's not happening. Only what I say is happening. So instead of living in the meantime and asking, what do I do? What do I do? You wouldn't be asking those questions if you were living in the end. It's not about refraining. I'm not going to ask any questions and be quiet, because if I ask a question, that means I'm living in the end or not living in the end. No, it's not about biting your tongue and not asking questions. It's asking yourself, who's asking? The identity that's living in the end, or the version of me that's living in the middle still trying to figure everything out? Should I be blinking? Should I be breathing? Should I be walking, talking? Should I cook? Should I not cook? Should I walk? Should I go to the gym? Should I run? Should I go to work? Should I not? Should I pay a bill? Living in the meantime. Living in the end, it dictates, it'll make everything, the speed at which things can happen when you make a decision will blow your little socks off. There is no meantime. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you don't do. It only matters who you decided you are. And do whatever. It doesn't matter what you do or you don't do. There's no meantime. You're living in the end. So do whatever you're going to do. Talk, walk, jump, go to the gym, don't go to the gym, eat, whatever. Talk, text, don't text, describe something, don't describe something. None of that matters. You put so much emphasis when you focus on, what do I do in the meantime? What do I do between now and when my desire gets here? You're the person that doesn't have it when you're talking like that. Do you see the difference? I hope it was really clear. I hope it's really clear that there is no meantime. There's only now. There's only here and now. And a lot of my clients are starting to see so many changes in their life, right? And one of the things that they a lot of them say, they're just like, it just came out of nowhere, like it just out of the blue, it just came out of nowhere. There's just like everything's just starting to happen. And I'm like, do you know why it feels or it seems like it comes out of the blue, or it comes like out of nowhere? Do you know why it feels so natural? And another person said, yeah, it's like so subtle. It just kind of like sneaks in and just slides in. It's like you just feel like it came out of nowhere. And I asked them all, I said, do you know why it feels like that? Because it was always here. It was always literally underneath your foot. It was always here. That's why it feels like it just came out of nowhere, because it was already there. It was already there. It was just your refusal to claim it, to know that it's there. Your acceptance that it's there is the only reason you couldn't see it. And you kept tottering with, oh, I guess I gotta settle. Oh, I guess maybe I need to entertain myself and keep myself busy and keep my vibes high and feel good and just have fun and just, focus on that. Still settling, living in the middle. Decide who you are and stay there. There's no middle. There's no in the meantime. You either are that person or you're not that person. And those two identities have complete different thoughts, feelings, actions, inspired actions. Everything's an inspired action, by the way. Blinking your eyes, inspired. Chewing gum, that's inspired. Everything you do, everything you don't do, that's all inspired. When you say so, so say so. Everything you look at, you say so, you say what it means. This is all because I am who I say I am. I'm saying this because this is who I say I am. So spend 2 days doing that. Let's say that you what you want is $10,000 or whatever. Say that's what you want. And from now on, or whatever it is that you want, from now on say, oh, I'm seeing this because I have $10,000. Oh, I heard that because I have $10,000. Oh, I saw that because I got $10,000. Oh, I'm feeling this because I have $10,000. Oh, yeah, I thought that because I have the $10,000. Oh, yeah, I heard them laughing. That's because I have $10,000. Oh, look, there's a bird. That's because I have $10,000. Oh, look, there's lights on that building. That's because I have $10,000. Oh, look, I found that funny because I have $10,000. Do that for 2 days. Go ahead, try it. Do it for 2 days. Make everything in your reality mean whatever it is that you want. Declare yourself to be something, whatever it is. I just gave you the example of $10,000, but say it because you have $1 million, because of whatever it is that you want. Make everything mean, because remember, everything's meaningless. But if you look around your whole life and understand that you are the only one that gets to make everything mean whatever you want it to, why not go around with your little handy dandy label maker and make everything mean whatever you want it to mean? Nothing has power and nothing can reject you. Nothing can say, you're cuckoo. Why would that building light mean I have $10,000? Because I said so. Because it doesn't have built-in meaning. It means whatever I say it does. I'm swimming in my wish fulfilled now. Eric Butterworth, in his book Spiritual Economics, which I highly recommend, and I put it in the list if you guys are interested in the little Amazon list. I don't know where else to put all these. I have so many book recommendations in there, but anyway, you don't have to read it. I'm just going to tell you what I was going to say. He talks about abundance. It's like a fish swimming in the ocean. A fish just swims. It's just swimming, and it keeps assuming and expecting water to be there. It just keeps swimming, expecting the water just to constantly be there. It's not constantly looking over his shoulder like, is the water going to run out now? Is that the edge? Do we not get what? We can't go that? No, it just swims. It just assumes. And he used that as an analogy to talk about how we're swimming in abundance. That in other words, you're swimming in your wish fulfilled. All of us. Every single thing, your shoe is evidence that you have $10,000. Your eyeballs are evidence that you have $10,000. When you make everything mean what you want it to mean, why wouldn't you do that? Everything has the ability to transform and is connected to, like I said in my last video, it's all connected to all of your wishes fulfilled. So why not see it the way you want to see it? Even if your little voice of you laughs at you, says, that doesn't make any sense. So what? It doesn't have to make sense. I'm in charge here, not you. That's my answer. And you can play that back for when the little you wants to talk back and say, right. So what? It doesn't have to make sense. Nothing has to make sense. I'm the one that causes it to make sense. So if I say it is, it is. Period. Period. With the T. End of story. All right, my loves. Hope you enjoy the video. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and thank you for being here. And I will see you members very soon to answer all your wonderful questions that I already saw you posted. All right, bye.